Now, since I started a video totally different than normal, I hope I have all of your attention. A lot of you come to this channel. I wouldn't call it for financial advice, but I would call it, hey Neo, hey Jdog, what should I do? Well, today's video is titled, The Truth About Collecting. Period. Now, this won't apply to all facets of collecting. I am speaking specifically to my gamers, specifically to my nerds, my otakus, and anybody else that considers them a part of those groups. So, why am I here today? I want you guys to get yourselves a water, get yourselves a bowl of popcorn or snacks or Cheetos or whatever you enjoy these days. Buckle up, Buttercup, because this is a conversation I just had with myself for about, the last 45 minutes as I was cleaning my basement in preparation for the girlfriends to move into the house. First things first. I love this stuff. I love it. There's cards on that shelf you probably can't buy from me. There's games above me that you won't see over here that you probably can't buy from me. That being said, most of the stuff behind me is not worth what I paid for it. That's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. So that's the first thing that I want to talk about today. I've actually done a video in the past on this channel called Your Collectibles Are Not Worth What You Think They Are. And I actually think if you're watching this video and if you're looking to take the message seriously, you should go watch that video first. Because personally, I feel it's one of the best videos I've ever done on this channel. It's also one of the realest videos I've ever done on this channel. While I was cleaning the basement today, you got to picture this. We have a section of shelves. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4 high. I'm 6'4", so it's about, 7 feet high of shelves, 4 shelves, and they're lined with, a lot of it's from our childhood, like boxes of stuff that we brought over from mom and dad's when we bought the house. But I notice I'm taking down a lot of Loot Crate boxes, a lot of Loot Gaming boxes, a lot of Loot Crate DX boxes. And now, while I do have some really fond memories of some of that stuff, and I do still display some of that stuff, I was going through and I was opening up the boxes and I was looking through each thing to see if there was anything that I had a big pail that I wanted to put in the pail and keep. And I think out of about 30 some loot boxes, I think I kept maybe 10, 15 items today. And they were all small little dinky, trinkety items that I liked from things that I liked. The rest of it got thrown in the trash, which is probably a reason why Loot Crate went bankrupt, because a lot of the stuff they were sending was trash. You're never going to use that leather pocket pouch with pencil on the side and notebook from Attack on Titan. The only time you would ever use that is if you were trying to fit in with a group of people at an anime convention. That's the one use case for an item like that that I can see and understand. You're never going to slap that multipass. You're never going to slap that on your side and walk around with that hanging off of you unless you're at an anime, a movie, or a sci-fi / nerd convention. You're just not going to do it. And if you put it on your backpack or on your purse or other, you will get a handful of people that will be like, ah, cool, I get the reference. And the rest of the people will be like, you're a freaking weirdo. Grow up. This is real life talk now. I myself didn't want to hear this at first. So my brother and I used to get these and we would open them and film these openings together. And I could never figure out, this was like 2014, 2015 time, 2016. I could never figure out why my brother never wanted to do these. Not get the crates, but I couldn't figure out why he never wanted to film the openings. I couldn't figure out why he would fight me tooth and nail on this stuff. I just couldn't figure it out. The truth is, he grew out of it and got smart a lot faster than I did. I was about 4 to 5 years, 6 years behind him when it came to that realization. We've both had the gaming realization where we've realized that most gaming is shit. We had that about 10 years ago when we wrote our first book. Now, that being said, we still game, we still enjoy it, but we're both very aware that the gaming industry is stagnant and boring and being corrupted. I will use the word corrupted by DEI garbage and the hiring and promoting of people that don't deserve the job they have. Nobody wants to say it. Everybody's afraid to say it. I will say it. I'm okay with being the bad guy. I am on this channel. That's kind of my thing. So if that's the case, then hey yo, I'll be the bad guy. So we've both been wise to that for 10 years. Which is why a lot of times you guys will hear us say, oh, you don't need that, don't buy that, don't do that. For the longest time, I couldn't understand why my brother was so negative about some of these unboxings, openings. I'm like, oh man, this is so cool. Come on, dude, we're going to do a Loot Crate DX unboxing. Look at this awesome Godzilla figure. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. I'm going to go play my game. I'm going to go work on my book. Yeah, okay. And I always used to think he was such an asshole for this. I did. He knows this. None of this is like, oh, Neo comes out and says he thinks his brother's an asshole. That's not. I always used to think he was such an asshole for this. And recently it kind of clicked. As I was cleaning the basement, where the gaming center used to be, and as I was cleaning things up, packing things up, I came into this room where I am now, and there was 3 bookshelves of little minifigures and Batman, like action, like really cool stuff, right? Like some $80 and $100 figures, I mean, some of them I got for like $20. So, really cool stuff, right? What did I do with it? Picked it up, put it in a box, packed it up, put it downstairs. Get it out as quickly as possible. Because that phase of my life is over. I grew out of it. There's a couple of Monster Hunter figures behind me on some of the shelves. But for the most part, I had like 20 or 30 of these Monster Hunter minifigures. Picked them up, put them in a box, packed them up, moved them downstairs. Those Deadpool Q-Fig figures that you're getting in Loot Crate, or were getting in Loot Crate, are not magically going to go to $100 a figure. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't happen on mass-produced Chinese junk like that. It just doesn't. That kind of stuff just doesn't happen. But of course, everybody's saving these things, keeping them in the box. You never know, just in case. It's not going to happen. Move on. So I broke down the box and threw the box away, took the figure in a box, packed it up, put it downstairs. Now, there was a point in my life where this stuff made me genuinely happy. At least I thought it did. So, like a lot of you, and like a lot of you who come to this channel, I consumed said product. And I enjoyed it. I can afford to make some of these mistakes. I can't afford to make these mistakes every day, but I can afford to make some of these mistakes. It's better that you learn from my mistakes than make them yourself. Trust me on this. Because for a lot of people, going out and buying this collector's edition, going out and buying this anime figure, going out and buying this, I don't know, box of cards. I love cards. You guys know I love cards on this channel. We've done a ton of openings. We opened a $4,000 first edition Arknight shard on the channel. I mean, some of the just like coolest moments ever. And I got to do it with my brother. And it was legitimately exciting and real. And it was cool. But for some people, for a lot of people, for most people, I'm going to use that word. For most people, buying a $200 or $300 or $400 or $500 box of cards makes them miss rent. Buying a $300 anime figure makes them miss rent or makes them late on rent. And a lot of those people come to this channel for breakdown and reviews. And they're the same people in the comments telling us how much the stuff is worth. You can argue anything you want to me. But I am telling you, chances are in 3 to 5 years, that art book you're telling me is $60 or $70. First of all, it won't be $60 or $70. It'll be less, way less. Second of all, it won't even be relevant. It'll be stashed on a shelf somewhere, or it'll be put back in the collector's edition box in storage. That is a really hard pill to swallow for a lot of gaming collectors, for a lot of collector's edition buyers, for a lot of special edition buyers, for a lot of just art book in general or soundtrack buyers. That's a hard thing for a lot of people to swallow. Now, some people, I don't want to say it's everyone. Some people genuinely enjoy these things, right? And they listen to these soundtracks on a daily or bi-daily basis. They open these art books and they use this art maybe for inspiration for a story or maybe their own work or things like that. Or they really dive deep into the product. Totally fine. Don't fool yourself into thinking that every gamer that buys these collector's edition is that kind of a person, because they're not. A lot of you like to call my brother and I annoying fake gamers. We are the typical gamers. We're the guys that were in line for Halo 2 and Halo 3 at midnight and Call of Duty at midnight. But we also are the guys that said, you know what? I'm just buying the same games over and over. Why am I still doing this? Back to the topic. I'm downstairs. I'm pulling down these boxes. Keep this, throw this, keep this, throw this. And here I am breaking down Loot Crate box after Loot Crate box. And I'm looking at him, and I want you guys to know this. This thought went through my head. What the hell was I thinking? Not that I have that feeling about all of it, but most of it, I do have that feeling about. 100% yes. Spoiler alert, you will too. And a lot of people will come on and tell me, I love Final Fantasy. I love Madden. I love Call of Duty. If you love Call of Duty, go join the military. If you really want an immersive milsim experience, join the military. I love Madden. Bro, I buy Madden every year. Go play semi-pro football. It's way better. Stop giving them $100 every year for these deluxe editions. Well, I get my Madden coin. I get my fatty coin. Listen, you guys are the same people that think buying Boogie 2988's fatty coin was a good idea. Let's be real about it. Come on, let's be honest about it. I get so many people from the extreme sports community. They're a joke. They're an absolute joke. And you can get mad at me all you want about it. It doesn't change the fact that I am 100% right. The same guys coming on here and telling you how passionate the extreme sports community is about things are the same guys that are sticking to the sides of their chair. I'm sorry. It's a harsh reality that it's time to accept, guys. I know all of you aren't like that. I know all of you don't buy every new collector's edition. I know sometimes it's your one game. But you shouldn't be giving them $100 for nothing. Well, I get my Madden coin and I get my packs and I get my... So what? Seriously. Nope. Listen, if any of you are watching this video going, this kind of makes me uncomfortable. I feel targeted. Good. It's meant to make you uncomfortable. Because this is a truth a lot of people don't want to face. And it's meant to make you feel targeted. Because I am targeting you. I am 100% targeting you. This is meant to make you uncomfortable. This is meant to make you feel stupid. Don't make those same mistakes. I could afford to make the mistakes. Not all the time, but I could afford to make those mistakes. A lot of you can't. And giving a company that doesn't give a shit about you $100 every year for exactly the same game, don't fool yourself, exactly the same game, is the definition of financial irresponsibility. You guys remind me of the people who were cheering when the Dogecoin millionaire said he was holding Dogecoin when it was 70 some cents. And he was a multimillionaire and oh my God, he made it. He made it. He literally broke the system and got out of the system. And he holds it and it goes down to 5 cents. I'm not trying to compare video games to cryptocurrency, but I am telling you that the same people cheering for Madden and Call of Duty every year are on that level of stupidity. Because you are consuming the same game year after year after year with little to no relevant changes. I am comparing the people who sit here and try to tell me that an art book from a collector's edition, from a mass-produced collector's edition, is somehow $40, $50, $60, $70. Not on any planet in the No Man's Sky solar system is it $40, $50, $60, $70. That is foolish to think that way. My buddy, growing up, and I've told this story before, used to play a lot of Madden. Very competitive online. This was before the Madden spell was broken for a lot of people. And he said, yeah, I think I'm going to play semi-pro football. So he goes and he signs up and he joins the semi-pro football league. And I give him credit. He went to practices and he was a part of the league and he played. Give him credit. 2 or 3 weeks later, he was done. Because he realized he didn't have it. He realized that there's a difference between picking up your controller and flipping a hit stick and actually getting smoked by some dude 100 pounds bigger than you. I get it, right? We all have things we like. Play your Maddens. Play your Call of Duties on Game Pass. Play your Call of Duties. I don't care. I'm not telling you not to play these things. But I'm telling you, stop giving these companies, first of all, that hate you. Second of all, that do not care about you. Third of all, that only want your money. 90, 100, 120, 150. Have you seen the EA College Sports Madden 25 Collector's Edition? Have you seen this? I mean, it is a slap in the face. And I think it's like $230. Guy comes on my channel. Look at this dude talking about something he doesn't even know what's in the collector's edition. Of course I don't know what's in the collector's edition. Of course I don't. Because I don't spend my free time during the day, only in a very rare occasion. I don't spend my free time during the day sitting there studying this stuff. Sitting there, I wonder if those 500 Madden points or 700 Madden points, I wonder if that's worth $25. I have better things to do with my free time. Again, if this video makes you feel uncomfortable, it is meant to. The real world sucks. Let's talk about the real world. I've got varicose veins so bad in my left leg that at 37, 38, 39 years old, I'm going to have a doctor go in and sound frequency those things and close those veins shut because my left leg is covered with these things. Because I was irresponsible in my mid and late 20s and early 30s. And it runs in my family. I've got AFib. It causes my heart to go 130 beats per minute and go into wild, off-track, crazy rhythms. Yeah, the real world sucks. Why do you think I play video games? Why do you think I go trout fishing? Real Wisconsin Outdoors. Make sure you're subscribed. Why do you think I do that stuff? Why do you think I write? Why do you think I enjoy trading cards? Why do you think I enjoy some collectibles? Because the real world sucks. It's shit. You have people fighting over political ideologies. You have people fighting over what religion is right and wrong. You have people fighting over the dumbest things. You have people fighting over whether or not one dude has a dick or a pussy. For real. No, this video is real. This is a real video. This is me. This is not censored for YouTube. I don't care. I don't care. YouTube demonetizes me all the time for telling you guys how it is. The real world sucks, guys. There's some awesome stuff in it. There's some great things to experience out there, and I think you all should do it. But the real world sucks. I see why people want to have board game nights, and I see why people want to have game nights with the bros. I see why people do that stuff. The older I get, the more I realize, man, no wonder Jared and I were so into gaming. No wonder we were so into this stuff. No wonder we liked writing books, because this other stuff sucks. Worrying about going to your physical and worrying about your numbers on your metabolic panel and worrying about, oh, is my doctor going to tell me that I need to have a elective surgery on my legs because I have too many varicose veins? Worrying about your sugar score or your triglycerides, it sucks. If you haven't noticed, I've lost about 60 pounds in the last year. Because I don't want to be that guy anymore. I want to be the guy that walks in and is like, all right, doc, I'll see you in a year. Peace, bro. You got nothing to offer me. That's the guy I want to be. I want to go into my cardiologist's office and say, hey, I haven't had AFib in a year. Get me off these meds. That's what I want to do. That's probably not going to happen. And I'm a realist about it. But the real world sucks, guys. My dad's almost 80 years old and he can barely walk. And he's probably going to die in the next couple of years. That's real stuff, guys. Like, that's real. And you don't have to say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't do that. Don't do that. But that's real, right? Like, that's real life stuff, right? You gotta figure out how to pay your internet bill and your phone bill. And my health insurance is $620 a month. That is a lot of money. Most people can't even make that payment total in a month. So what I'm telling you guys is, things in the real world, if you think somebody telling you that a gaming collector's edition is overpriced, or that stop buying useless trinkets or worthless trinkets, if you think that is bad and cruel and mean and too much, step outside. For real. Step outside. Because the real world is a kick in the nuts. It is. And sometimes it hurts. And sometimes you get a win. Sometimes you get a win. I had my metabolic panel this last week. And my sugar score is the best it's been since I was 19 years old. I've had high blood sugar my entire adult life. I've never been put on medication. They've tried. I've never been put on medication. And my blood sugar was 86. I finally got a win after 2.5 years of trying to figure myself out. And I'm telling you guys, focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself and your family and your loved ones. And it's okay to have some stuff that you like. That's okay. But I am telling you, taking care of yourself, taking care of your family and your group is way more important than buying that $200 waste of money HD 2D remake collector's edition, or Visions of Mana collector's edition, or this $500, $460 arm of Melania. There are so many things in life more important than that. Or rushing out to get the new $120 Madden special edition. So I'm cleaning these shelves, I'm pulling stuff down, throwing stuff away, I'm organizing some cards, and I'm taking these boxes, and I'm looking at some of this stuff, and I'm like, I understand now why Jared got out of this stuff before I did. He saw it. He's also way more conservative than I am, but he saw it, and he saw it early on. The things that are really important to me right now were not as important to me 5-10 years ago. Things will happen to you as you get older, and your life will change and evolve because of it. But what I'm telling you is, when that happens, you're going to experience exactly what I've experienced. You're going to walk into your room and you're going to go, why did I buy that? Yeah, that Batman was only $20, but why did I buy it? Why did I buy 14 blind box Monster Hunter figures? They're cool. I like them. But why did I buy them? That experience is going to happen to a lot of you. Why did I spend $400 on that collector's edition? And there's going to be collector's editions that you look back on. I have a lot of people that come on this channel and they tell me, man, I really love that Cyberpunk collector's edition. Awesome. If you're spending $250 or $220 or $200 on a collector's edition, I got to give a shout out. Had a viewer on the stream last night. We got talking about anime and Madhouse and all this other stuff. You'll know who you are if you watch this late in the video. And we got just talking about collector's editions and how there's so many that are not worth your money. But then we got talking about, there's some where it's like, I can really see where people got excited about that stuff. And then there's some where we were talking and we both kind of agreed that we find it really funny how these people will come on the channel, which I understand it's the internet, right? Dumb people are everywhere. But they'll literally try to justify why they're spending the money. Or I can afford it, so it's no big deal. Because you can afford it doesn't mean you should. I'm trying to teach you guys this lesson. If you take nothing else away from this half hour of my life that I've dedicated to you guys, take that away. And that is, just because you can afford it doesn't mean you should. I can afford to buy a bottle of Louis XIII. Doesn't mean I should. I can afford to go buy that, I don't know, Arm of Melania. Doesn't mean I should. It is a very hard concept for a lot of people to handle. And it is very difficult for a lot of people to grasp that. Well, it's my money. I'll do what I want with it. You're right. Why are you watching this video? Why are you still here? You're right. It is your money. Go do what you want with it. You should. I maintain you should buy what you want. Doesn't mean it's the right choice. Well, it's the right choice for me. No, you just think it is. The system is built to keep you spending. The system is built to keep you working paycheck to paycheck to afford that next thing. And that is a hard realization for a lot of people. I don't think the system is bad. I don't think the system is evil. In fact, I think the system's great because it works. But once you become aware of that, just stop. Instead of buying 5 things, here's a challenge. I'm going to challenge my viewers this late in the video. Instead of buying 5 things next month, buy 4. Instead of buying 4, buy 3. Instead of buying 3, buy 2. Instead of buying 2, buy 1. I had something in my cart the other day, and I was kind of looking at it on Amazon because I thought it would be something that Lynn and I could do together. I don't remember what it was. That's how little it meant to me. That's how irrelevant it was. I deleted it out of my cart. Try it. Just try it. Just try not buying that thing you want. And some people tell me, well, I regret it. I look back on it. I should have bought it. Why? because you could resell it for more money on Amazon or on eBay. So at this point, you aren't buying the stuff to make you happy or to, for a lot of people, it's to fill a void. But you're not buying the thing because it makes you happy. You're buying the thing to make money on it. Again, I don't care, right? Scalpers, investors, whatever you want to call them, collectors, I don't care. But the people that tell me, oh, it sells for 2 or 3 times that on Amazon or on eBay, so you don't actually want this thing, you want the money from it. That's another realization that a lot of people need to have. Most of the stuff on these shelves behind me are things that I genuinely like, and I didn't buy them to resell anytime soon. Now, if one of them were to like 20x in price or something, we might be having a discussion. But for the most part, a lot of that stuff behind me is things that are personal to me. Like the Dan Marino football right here. That's from my uncle. My uncle is dying. He has Parkinson's. He's not going to be around much longer. He gave that to me. That's why it's on display. Otherwise, that would never be there because I don't give a shit about football. It's only on the shelf because he gave it to me and it has serious sentimental value to me. But these people that come on here and tell me it always sells for way more on eBay, so you have a financial reason to buy this. And if you're motivated by the financial reason, then you're not a collector. You are an investor or a reseller. You can use the word scalper if you want. That became really popular during the Pokemon boom. I don't necessarily know if, I mean, unless you're buying 20 of them, I don't know if I'd say you're a scalper. I'd say if you buy one and resell it for double, you're smart. You are. And if you can do it, you should do it. I've never been closed off about that on this channel. If you can buy a collectible on day one for $400 and resell it for $900, which you better hope you do, but if you can do that, and you know you're going to do that, you 100% should do it. If that's something you want to do. Because a lot of people would say, well, I don't know if I want to sell that. Well, then don't. Keep it. Or don't buy it at all. Because you don't need a $450 metal arm thing. I can't wait till the people get those and realize they've wasted $450 or $460. I'm a huge Elden Ring fan. I don't care. I'm a huge Panzer Dragoon Saga fan. Okay? But I'm not out there buying every Panzer Dragoon toy ever made. In fact, I think a lot of them are stupid. Yes, I have the games. Yes, I have multiple copies of the games. That's as far as that goes. And that's my favorite game ever. Oh, Elden Ring is such a great game. Okay, so go play the game. You already paid for the game. You don't need to spend more money. Go buy the DLC. You'll get another 40 or 100 hours on the DLC. Come on, guys. It's not that hard to figure out. Now, if I taught you anything today, if you learned anything today, let me know in the comments below. Of course, I already know we'll have some trolls. Of course, I already know we'll have some people that come on and disagree with this. The bad news is, you're wrong. That's not opinion. You're wrong. And the bad news is, the day where you realize you were wrong may not come soon enough. I'm Neil with the Balding Plebs, and I want to thank those of you who joined for this absolute marathon of a video. See, this is the truth about buying collectibles, toys, collector's editions, all that stuff. This is the truth that so few people will tell you. I walked in here, I grabbed armfuls of those things, and I threw them in boxes. And I didn't look back. Not once. Because my girlfriend, having a clean basement to live in, because she's a basement-dwelling troll, my girlfriend having a clean space to live in was more important to me than little figures that are that big. It's going to happen to you too. It may not happen the same way, but it is going to happen to you too. Neil with the Balding Plebs, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed this very real video. And I'm going to see each and every one of you right here next time. GG of Plebs. High Tech TV. Hi, Ryan. Hi. Hi, Lynn. You're welcome.